Hello everyone, Dad back here again on our debt-free owner-operator series. I hope you are all well. Hope you're enjoying the series so far and have had a great week, whatever you have been up to. We have just picked up our load exactly where we've left off in the last episode in Tantaglo, Mexico. I am terribly sorry. I'm sure there's people amongst you that will know the correct pronunciation of that. But we had picked up the only job that was available in town, which is for Walmart, ironically. And this is going up to Chihuahua in Mexico. It's a load of buttermilk. So we will get on the road and get it going. So I hope you are well. I hope you've enjoyed the series so far. You have had a good week, whatever you've been up to.
Continue straight.
I am well. I'm feeling much better. The throat is sort of still picky. There's a lot of talking and that kind of thing. So you do bear with me if I have to stop or pause the mic or anything like that. Which hopefully, if my editing skills are up to scratch, you won't know the difference. But yeah, hope you're alright. Hope everyone else is well. Hope no one else is sick or anything like or has been sick. Yeah, we are trying to get back to the USA States because we've got Jake is champing at the bit to show us this surprise that he's got for us. We need to try and get ourselves enough money to get a trailer, which is still one of our focuses right now, because obviously the quicker we get a trailer, then we could sort of boost our money up a little bit quicker. It didn't need to indicate because that was just a follow round road anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, so we are hoping to get a trailer because that will bump up our sort of pay per job as well as some other things out in fuel economy, those kinds of things. So hopefully we can get one of those sorted sooner rather than later. Russell is coming in touch with a trailer. He said it's a rough, and quote, a rough around the edges but brand new trailer, which yeah, not sure how that works, but whatever. He said it's new, so that works for us. We'll have a look, see what he's got. On the last episode I did introduce introduce loosely. I'll be stuck on here. Come on. There we go. Should see us through. Did we have lights on then? Yeah, we did. Turn the high beams off. Yeah, so like I said, we are literally picking up exactly off the back of the last episode, in terms of location, weather and everything like that. So that's why it's raining. That's what I was saying. Sorry, I did introduce the Serial Black physics mod in the last episode, or sort of say that I was using that. So far, this is the second job. So far, it seemed okay. So I'm hoping that'll be around to stay. The one I was using prior to that was, I think the guy was Franken64, I think, off the top of my head. Apologies if that's the wrong name, but it was FRKN64, I believe. It's the thing, but that was a reasonable mod as well. But it was this one was recommended by Modded ATS, Mike over at Modded ATS. Big shout out. He's doing the big numbers. He had his 15,000 subscriber on YouTube the other day, which is huge. That's massive numbers off the back of a trucking game. Real sound guy, real nice guy. Does live streams over on Twitch and stuff as well, so he's using the Serial Black physics mod, so I thought I'd give that a go. So far It's working out alright. So we're going to pick up some speed here. So we are running a 53-foot refrigerated unit. Obviously with the buttermilk, it needs to be refrigerated. I think it's about a 680-mile trip. With the... what I was sort of saying last time round, because I was having the issues with the late deliveries. I did find a mod which sorts that out in Mexico, so that's been working okay for us, I think. Like I had 15 hours delivery, expected delivery of 15 hours on this job, but it was like expected drive time, sorry, of 15 hours. But expected delivery was 30 hours away, so plenty of time. That would also cover us for a sleep as well, which I think we will probably need. Because although I was fairly well rested, I think I had 11.5 hours drive time. And it was saying like 15 hours to get there. So yeah, we'll just see how we get on. And then the other thing, I can't actually remember if I talked about it or not, but there was a job which I tested off camera because it was right at the limit of, just over the limit, in fact, of what I thought the truck would be able to handle. And I wanted to test it off camera because you basically had to go down. It was really dodgy, sort of pickup zone. It was as if it was like by a drug running airport or something like that. You have to go through like this quarry with all these burnt out buildings and like graveyards and stuff. And yeah, it was a bit shady to say the least. So I wanted to sort of see if I could actually get out of the quarry first, because I was sure that if I could get out of the quarry, because the quarry was quite tough terrain, I was quite sure if I could get out of there, then I would be a-okay to make the rest of the delivery, being how heavy it was. So I sort of did that. I got stuck at one point because I just couldn't get enough traction on the wheels, so that's when I discovered that actually this truck, which I don't know if it's realistic or what, but this truck, it's a mod truck, it's the Outlaw 359, actually only has one drive axle, which was why I was struggling to get the traction, because it was only the center axle that was actually able to drive, and if that if you couldn't get traction on that axle, you were pretty well knackered. So I sort of had a little poke around. I'm a kind of guy that just sort of has a go at stuff. You know, I figure with these kind of mods and stuff, poke around the XMLs. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to mess it up, and all you're going to have to do is re-download the mod again. So I had a little poke around. I found an XML file that referred to axles and whether they were powered or not. And it was pretty much like a true-false type situation. So you just changed. So I changed one of the axles, the other rear axle, to true. So we now have 2 powered axles, which is awesome, which means there's more chance of us gaining traction on those jobs that are perhaps just a little bit, like 1,000 kilos above where you can sit. So it's yeah, like I said, I don't know if that's realistic. I don't know if this particular truck, the 359, back in the day would have only been a single drive axle, or whether they had a sort of 2-axle drive option available. And it's quite hard to find out information from the UK, because we never have sold beta built trucks over here. But if you know, by all means hit it up in the comments. That would be awesome. Yeah, as it stands, I managed to get the 2 drive axles, which is what I wanted. just because of the times when you can't get traction.
In 400 meters.
Seemed a bit
Turn left.
odd, stupid to me more than anything to cancel a job. It's potentially, you know, thousands of dollars to.
Turn left.
I don't know what that guy's doing. I have absolutely no idea what that guy's doing. Alright, okay. This is weird. So we need to go around here, I think. We're gonna do this. You stop there, mate, because I'm coming round. I didn't quite anticipate the fact that the road here wasn't finished, so I'm lucky that I didn't go much further down because I would have had to back up. Alright, good to know. Yeah, so like I said, I no clue if that's realistic to real life or not, but it's been quite a struggle to actually find out any kind of solid information. But for my own sanity driving this truck, I decided to make the change. I've run it by my good friend Lynn, and he sort of was in agreement, yeah, that's fine. So I did it, and it's worked out okay. So now means I've got 2 drive axles instead of 1, which makes traction a little bit better on, like, because the thing with Mexico is there's a lot of gravel roads as well. So it's yeah, it wasn't too hard. I was fully expecting to have to like load up blender and things like that, and
keep left.
gonna bring out the thing because just look at the map a sec, because yeah, we are going that way. Yeah. That's cool. Just wanted to make sure because didn't want to be driving extra miles if I could help it. Let me over. Yep. Sweet. We will probably need to fuel up at some point as well. Definitely more than likely, because we about a third of a tank. That's not going to get us all the way to Chihuahua.
Turn left.
There's nothing on the oncoming lane, so that's good. There's no filter. Oh. Nope, there is a filter light. We're gonna fine. That's our first fine for ages. $100 fine there. We're getting paid $1,200 on the job, so that's gonna cost us here. Hopefully we won't be late on this delivery, and we're not gonna lose the money there either. I just thought because there was no filter lane and no oncoming, no filter light and no oncoming traffic, I thought we were on a good to go situation, but turns out no. That's not gonna look good at my company stats on Trucks Book. Boss man picking up some fines, but you know, that's how it is. Sometimes shit happens. Those red light cameras actually are becoming quite prevalent around where I live. When they first started popping up, I wasn't quite sure if they were speed cameras or red light cameras. And I spoke to a friend, and he said that because they're basically on the traffic lights.
Turn left.
He said that they are red light cameras that are designed to catch you if you go past the red light. Right, let's creep out a little bit here. Well, let's go there. Yep. Awesome, thank you. Have a nice day. But yeah,
In 400 meters.
I think that's the first fine that we've had for a while, actually. It does cost us dear every time. The GDC economy is brutal. Right, turn this back off now because we're back through the twisty turns. We're on the open road. We'll keep us on bossing along now. Hopefully pick up some speed. But yeah, so if you've been playing ATS. I'd love to hear what you've been up to on it. Been kind of jobs you've been running, been heavy hauling or anything like that. I quite like the heavy haul jobs if you've got the right kind of power truck. But we've done a couple of heavy haul convoy streams and they've always been a blast. Even the first one we did when I ended up getting decked onto the ground and had like $190,000 deduction at delivery for damaged cargo. That was a huge case excavator. That was just a symptom of that was a symptom of convoys in general, because convoys I find can be quite glitchy. I think it's I don't know, I've sort of figured it out. I think it's because it's the combination of streaming and hosting the convoy all at the same time is potentially a bit too much for my PC. I don't know if it's because we a few people in different time zones. Obviously that messes up the ping in general. But yeah, we have a good we have an absolute blast on the convoys. They're pretty open in the sense of if you're available, join. If you're busy, that's cool. You know, the whole VTC thing is designed around low stress, because when I was looking to join a VTC, I had really no intention of starting a VTC, but when I sort of got this idea that I wanted to be in a VTC to try and bring a little bit more to my game, I'd seen people talk about them and videos and stuff like that, and I thought, yeah, actually, that probably seems alright. So when I sort of started looking around, and I joined a couple like Discords for VTCs and stuff, and then it was like, do you know what? No, because as I've said before, if I'm working a full-time job, I've got my own manager and my own real-life job that I've got to keep happy and do my jobs and chores and tasks and whatever the hell else. For that, I don't then want to be coming home. Fresnillo discovered. I don't want to then be coming home and getting shit off some kid on Discord that I don't actually even know in real life, saying like you haven't done your quoted miles for this month and blah 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? So, and the more like Discords I joined, I probably joined in all, I want to say, discovered a Peterbilt dealership there, nice. Yeah, I want to say probably all in joined
and then
10, 12 Discords for VTCs with the intention of prospecting them out to join. We are green on the filter light, so we are good to go. Stuff, awesome, no fine that time. Lovely jubbly. Let's stop again. That was close. Yeah, so I joined about 10, 12 different VTCs, fully with the intention of joining, of going through their application process and whatever. The more that I joined, the more that I looked at and their bloody application processes, and I was just like, nah, that's not for me, dog. No, not today.
Keep right.
It's quite what I quite like about Mexico is that you do come across trucks that are parked on the side of the road. I assume because they're having a cheeky little sleep. But yeah, so I was, the more that I joined the Discords and looked at them, and I was like, nah, that's not for me. Like, I can't do 5,000 miles a month. I can't do 10 jobs a week, or whatever the requirements were. I can't do mandatory convoys every couple of days. I can't do, don't want to run the trucks that you want to run, and I don't want to run the trailers that you want to run and stuff like that. It all became a bit too apparent that all the VTCs are the same. They're the ones, or at least I can't say all because I didn't join all of them. There's thousands out there, but of the ones that I prospected, they were all the same in that they all had like minimum mileages per month and everything. So that's why I started the VTC in the end, was because I thought, like, I can't find a VTC that's what I want, so I'm just gonna join a bloody I'm gonna make a VTC that's what I want. And you know, Lynn keeps talking to me about he keeps saying this thing to me, and he says if you build it, they'll come. And it's not his, you know, I'm sure that's not his quote, I'm sure that's from somewhere, but he keeps telling me that. And to be honest, a big shout out to Lynn. He doesn't make content or anything like that, he's just a real sound guy. Got to know him, I think, quite well over the last sort of 10 months or so, playing farm sim in the evenings and stuff. And yeah, we have a great, you know, the chats that we have, they're never, you know, we'll chat about all sorts of stuff, and in this day and age, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm not that kind of channel, but in this day and age, it seems that everyone's so divided on everything, you know, from politics to religion to wars and conflicts and stuff like that. So it really is a point of, it doesn't really seem like a lot of times that you can have a sort of tidy conversation with anyone without it turning into like an argument. And it's never that with Lynn. He's always just, you know, he's just Lynn. He's just there, and he'll say his piece and I'll say my piece, and we don't always agree. And that's just the way that life is, right? People are allowed different opinions, and you might not like what I say all the time, and I might not like what you say all the time, but that doesn't have to affect our friendship in any way. So yeah, he's just been a real great friend and encouragement, actually. You know, he's really kept me sort of, I won't say on the straight and narrow per se, but he's really helped me, like, as a sounding off board. Yeah, just genuine appreciation to you, Lynn. I know you're watching. Appreciate you, man. Really respect you and the support and everything you give. So from my heart to yours, brother. Thank you. But yeah, he's just sort of, yeah, he's a nice guy. And now I can't remember what we were talking about beforehand. But that's okay. One interesting thing I did find out is, I don't know actually if I did find this out or I just read it and I didn't research it myself, but when I was looking up the issue with the late deliveries on the Mexico reformer map, it's case of someone was saying that AKA truck drivers in Mexico are all 50 miles per hour. But what? Because I was almost certain that all of the road signs were kilometers per hour. So I don't know if that is true, whether they do use kilometers down there or whether they use miles, but apparently that's what commercial trucks are limited to in Mexico, is 50 miles per hour, which someone said probably contributes to the issue of late deliveries and not enough time and stuff. Yeah, I've been enjoying our little trips down into Mexico. I think this is probably the 6th episode in a row now in Mexico, so I am itching to get back to the States, into a more typical terrain that doesn't take ages to traverse and is reasonably predictable. I really want to be looking at getting some long jobs in, because I need to start pumping up that money. I think I spoke to Russell. He was saying that the trailer, if we want it, you're looking at about 19k for it. So he yeah, we're a long ways off that. We're about 10 grand off that at the moment. So plus we want to get a little bit of surplus, because obviously we're still going to need to buy fuel and things like that to keep the trucks running. And depending on how bad the trailers tyres are, we're going to need to get them replaced fairly quick as well. But once we're onto that, we'll be on to fixing up the truck, then getting full steam ahead on getting the chassis done, getting a new engine done, those kinds of things. So hopefully we'll be full tilt. So 10 hours left on the job here, 426 miles to go. Thinking there is some potential that we may split this off into two. We are going a bit fast. Let's slow down before we get a ticket. Yeah, we are. One thing I do probably want to get done as well is I want to get all the dials changed. Durango, I think that means welcome to Durango, or maybe it means goodbye Durango. I'm not sure, I don't speak Spanish. But yeah, I want to probably look at getting the dials sorted on the truck sort of reasonably soon, because where are we going here, guys? Straight ahead. Yep. Past the checkpoint. Alright, thanks guys. Nice, there's a little truck wash stop here as well. Or a disinfectant point. Interesting. Can't use that because obviously it's in use. Bloody hell, I was saying just then. Yeah, based on record time, I think we probably might split this down into 2 episodes. So I was saying we're about half an hour at this point. I think we split it down to 2 and maybe put them out a day apart. Put this out on Thursday and then one on Friday, or maybe one on Wednesday, one on Thursday. So there's not such a long a wait, because there was I put one out the other week, which was a 3-parter. That on my usual schedule, so a Thursday, Sunday, Thursday. I felt like, although the views were good, whoa, you were on my side of the road there, bro. You were over the lines, brother. It's my right of way. To be fair, they're all straddling the lines. I mean, that's a bit of small lane, to be honest, so I'm gonna stay out. Yeah, so I think I felt, although the views were pretty good, I felt like probably too long of a wait for you guys to keep up with the story. Not the story, but the trip. So I think what I'll probably do is I will make this into 2. And rather than make you wait like half a week, I will put them out. One on a Wednesday, one on a Thursday, I reckon. And then that way you haven't got to wait for such a long time. So that'll be alright, and then you'll get your usual Sunday episode as well. Yeah, some of the terrain in Mexico is all the road surfaces are meant to be left to be desired. But yeah, what I'm really hopeful of is I couldn't sort of pre-plan it because you are with the that's what I was saying.
In 400
Let me go back to
turn right.
let me focus on this a second. Turn right here.
Turn right.
Got a toll booth here. We just go through. We got a little pre-pass. Like so. Yeah. What was that? $25 on the toll. Crikey, mate. Yeah, so what I was saying, which I lost earlier as we were going through that checkpoint and the wash stop, was we want to get new dials on this truck because on the, I think it's got black dials currently. It's a military checkpoint here, so we'll just cruise through. Thank you, officers. Have a good day. Just look at the map real quick because I'm just conscious that we might run out of sleep time. Can we get up to here? That is pushing it. Let's clear that checkpoint off for a minute. Of course it's pushing it because we're on the wrong side of the road. Do that. Can we... Ooh. That's really pushing it. I think we'll make it to. I think we'll make it here.
An elite team has been assembled to guide your mission. Let's get started.
Yeah, so on the interior cab here, we've got the black dials, and it makes it really hard sometimes in certain lighting to see. Have to hard shoulder it a little bit. Just let us through, bro. Yeah, it makes it really hard sometimes to see the dials and what the needles are doing and stuff. So I really want to get some new dials. Probably white ones. Because then it should be able to, it should be easier to see. I mean, to be honest with you, the whole interior needs to be overhauled anyway. As we know, there's plenty of resto work to be done, restoration work. Obviously the interior is all like ripped out and stuff. All the paneling and stuff needs to be redone. There's plenty to be done, but obviously there's also plenty of outside work to be done. The bumpers need doing, and the wings and the mirrors and the paint. To get all the bodywork sorted and all that kind of stuff. So it's yeah, it's all things you've got to think about. Let's get down to 50 and put the cruise on. One thing I have noticed about Mexico, again, not a thing on how accurate it is to real life. But there's no pull-ins, like no way stations or anything that I've seen so far. I don't know if they don't have them. Oh, what happened the other day, actually, while I think about it, is I got 4 kids, right, which, you know, I've said that before. So every Sunday evening before we convoy, I'm at the ironing table, ironing board with the ironing the school uniforms for the week ahead. And, you know, my wife and I share that responsibility between us. So I was doing it last Sunday, and there was this program that came on whilst we were waiting for, we like to watch the Great British Pottery Throwdown. So whilst we were waiting for that to start, there was a like a Mexico program that came on. It was train journeys through Mexico, and they actually went to the region that we went to first, Calanas, I think. that sort of region. And to be fair, the guys who made this map done a pretty bang up job of representing the real life terrain. What they were showing on the screen looked, I wouldn't say, you know, you can't say identical, but it very, very similar to what is in the game. So yeah, I thought that was really good. But yeah, that's one thing I'd like to do sooner rather than later, is probably get different dials so it's easier to see the needles and what they're doing. So it's not too bad now, but it is quite faint on the numbers, so that's why I tend to ride with the heads-up display on sometimes, is because it's difficult to see where my speedometer is. Hopefully we're not too far out from the sleep point that I selected. A bit too fast through there. What we got going on? Just another checkpoint. Let's check the map. We are an hour and 11 out from hour and 9. So to get through this checkpoint and book it quick. Here comes some more rain. That's what you always love to get. What would be quite cool to do actually is if they were like built in like tequila loads and stuff that you could haul on in Mexico. Take like a truckload of tequila back to the States or whatever. Yeah, we're running this buttermilk for Walmart, the Chihuahua, but it'd be good if you could run it from like a tequila distillery to the States. I think we will probably get a lot of warnings on our heads-up display, which I'm going to turn off anyway. We will probably get a lot of yawns. I think we should be okay for a fine, because although saying that, it's taking us longer than I expected to get through here. Hopefully we should be okay for sleep fine. I'm interested to see if this will be $25 again. So let's bring that up so we can see. Let's pay the toll. $27. Come on then. Yeah. We need to cruise on through as quickly as we can to our sleep spot. Just because we desperately need to get there before we need another fine. What else I've been up to is on the VTC front, I've been trying to get some skins together. Now, like I was saying, I'm pretty relaxed on the VTC front. But I would like the option, if people want it, to use a truck skin that's the company truck skin. Like once I finalise the design for the truck skin, then I will run on my Convoy profile, I'll run the truck skin all the time. And I'll run, if we're running dry freight trailers like the box trucks and stuff, or like refrigerated trailers. Well, the overall plan is going to be that all types of trailers that you can get in base games, so even like tankers and stuff like that, they'll all have a paint scheme that is...
Keep left.
Whoa, shit. Excuse my French. So we need to left.
Keep left.
Left. Hopefully we're probably on the red on fuel and sleep right now, so hopefully we're not too far out from the sleep trigger, which I don't think we are. Did not see that car at all. That was a $200 fine, plus the $100 early on. This is not gonna be a good run. That does remind me though, which I think I forgot to mention in the last video, that I had sorted out the fines issue. Don't know if you remember, I was getting an issue where I wasn't getting any fines, so I was I was finding that even like head-on collision, I had a head-on collision in one of the episodes and didn't get fined for it. I was like, well, hang on, that's a bit strange. I'm gonna... Whoa, skid. Flip. Oh. Yeah, that when the rain comes. Stopping some traffic here. Yeah, you end up forgetting on this game that when you when it's raining, it's like an ice rink. But anyhow, that, my friends, is going to do us for this episode. We will pick up tomorrow. So this has come out Wednesday for a little treat. The next episode is going to be tomorrow, which is Thursday, which is the usual regular scheduled episode. So tune in for the second part of this episode tomorrow, where we will finish this job out. I think we will potentially have a maybe slightly late penalty. I'm not sure, because I think we've got enough time. I think we should be okay. I think we'll have a couple of hours spare. But yeah, if you have enjoyed the episode, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll catch you tomorrow for the next episode, the final installment of this job. It's a bit of a longer one. I do value feedback as well, so if you find that doing these longer jobs in 2 parts is not really for you, or you don't enjoy them, or whatever, whatever, good or bad, positive, just keeping constructive is the only thing that I ask, then do let me know in the comments down below. I'd be gladly take that feedback. But yeah, until next time, stay well, and see you in tomorrow's episode. Take care.